Hey everyone, Ryan Scheller with Sound Extreme Productions, and we're talking generators today. As you can see, we got some Honda and Wind generators behind us, and all these generators are available on Amazon. So click the links below in the description of this video, and you can find these generators, order them up, and have them to your door in just a couple days. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk about our uses, what we use these generators for, some specs on them, runtime, decibel levels, and all of that. We've been using generators for I think this one here I've had for at least 10 plus years, and it's still running strong. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Hondas, the Winds, kind of the difference between them, and what our most common uses are for them. Most of our events that we do are outdoor events, remote location, ranches, mountain weddings. So we use generators almost on a weekly basis, and they're just good backup. If the power goes out, we've had weddings where because of fires or whatever, power has been lost, and our DJ said, "Guess what? I got a generator." We kept the party going, so it's good just to have as a good backup. But the most common uses for us are ceremonies. Our remote ceremonies, they're on a field, they're wherever, 300-400 feet away from power. We can run one of these generators, and we recommend about 100 feet away. So 100-foot 12-gauge cable is usually what we'll run. So something like this. This is the only colored cable I have in our inventory. All of our cable is normally black. Sometimes on these generators, we'll run this 12-gauge because we actually do want people to see it. It's a little difficult to cable ramp, on grass and things like that and in the weeds. So we'll use the bright cables. Definitely want to do a 12-gauge for that long of a run. Okay. For our DJ systems, we also will run the 2,000-watt generators. You can run 2 subs and 2 tops. So we run 2 of the QSC KW 181s and 2 K12s, DJ case, and small light bar. Runs these no issues at all, not a problem. The 3,000-watt generators, those we're typically running when we're running a little bit more lighting, or we'll dedicate that just to lighting. We're running our market lighting systems, or anything else that's larger. We'll run, multiple lamp posts and market lighting. That's typically what we use those for. Or if we're doing a much bigger system where we've got our QSC KLA line array out, we do a couple corporate events where they're in parking lots, we'll run the 3000s. They're really nice for that. They're just good generators to have. So we have 5 of them in stock. We have another 3000. It's not here. It's just over in the other warehouse. But again, get these in the description below. We're going to talk about the specs now on these generators. I got my cheat sheets because I can't remember the specs on every single one of them. So we're going to start at this end with the wind generators. The wind generators I just started picking up because of the price and the reviews on them. So the 2,000-watt generator, this one is great. It's $420 on Amazon. Great price point. There's a few others, but they didn't have quite the reviews that this one did. We've been running this for a few years now with no issues. It's been nice. It is 2,000 watts. So its surge is up to 2250 and its run wattage is 1,800 watts. Now remember, with this wattage, it's not, say you have a 2,000 watt speaker, that doesn't mean you need a 2,000 watt generator. 2,000 watt speaker means that's what the amplifier in that speaker is producing, not what it's needing to power it. So usually your speakers will say that it draws, 3 amps, things like that. So 2,400 watts is usually 20 amps. So a 20 amp breaker is typically rated for about 2,400 watts. So if this is rated at 1,800 watts, I would just factor these 2,000 watts. I usually figure them out to be about a 15 amp size. So that's just my opinion and what I kind of base our load ratings on. So if you're running a couple QSC cabinets that are, don't hold me to this, but I think they're around 2.5 amps. You can easily run 4 of these, 3 amps or something like that. Decibel levels is very, very important. Volume level on this one is 53 dBA. So the decibel level is 53. I think that is its lowest when it's on economy. So with the economy level, the engine RPM is running at a much lower level. So if it's running at full output, then the RPMs are a lot higher. The decibel level is going to be a lot higher. So we typically run it on economy, unless I definitely know that we're going to need all the power. It can affect your system. When we're running subs, we do run it on full because when that low end hits, it's requiring power and it's requiring instantly. Sometimes it takes that generator a little while to catch up, and it can affect your speakers, your sound, and your power. So ceremonies definitely on low because you're not really using a whole lot of power with ceremonies. So the 3000 watt one over here, the 33, I think it's 3800 actually. This one we just got last year. This one is $733 on Amazon. And the specs on this one's great. Electric start. It's got a load meter on it. Tells us the load. Running wattage is 2800 watts. It's electric start. It's 57 dB, so only about 6 dB more than the 2000 watt one. And it's got a little handle that pops out. It's got some small wheels on the back. Works pretty good. We've been really happy with this, and for the price, you can't beat it. Especially once I get into these other generators. Also runtime. So runtime is 7.5 hours and 6 hours, and that's at half the load. So remember, if you're running a full load on this, it's going to cut that down almost in half to 3 to 4 hours. But we typically see about 6 hours of runtime out of a generator. And of course, all these are pure sine waves, so you can run electronics off of them. They're great. They're all inverter generators, so you don't have to worry about that. But let's get down to the Hondas. I mean, the Hondas are by far your most popular. They're considered one of the best in the industry when it comes to quiet generators, but you pay for it. So the Honda 3000, this one's $21.59 on Amazon, and it's in the 49 to 50 dB levels. So this one's runtime is 7 to 20 hours depending on the level of RPM that you have it running at. So if you have it on economy, you can get it up to 20 hours, but if you have it on full, you're only looking at like 7 hours. We got the wheel kit for it. You can get that wheel kit also. I definitely recommend it. These things are not light. They're definitely a two-man job to lift in and out of a van, or you can push them up a ramp by yourself. But the big wheels are great for ranches and outdoors versus this one that's got the smaller wheels. The Honda 2000, this has been one of the most popular generators for years. I mean, everybody's got one. Like I said, I've had this one for over 10 years. I used it camping and used it for all types of things. And so the notes on that, these 2000s were in the $900 to $1,000 range. Now they've got a newer version out, the 2200. That one's running like $14.99 on Amazon. But these things are, they're workhorses. They go. So I don't have the actual specs on the 2200, but this one is a 1600 watts runtime or running wattage with a 2000 watts starting or a surge. This one is 3.5 hours at 25% load, and 8 hours at 25% load, 3.4 hours at 100% load, 53 dB 25% load, and 59 dB at 100%. So you're 53 and 59 dB. Like I said, we run these all the time for ceremonies, never have an issue. We get people to walk up to us at these ceremonies, goes, man, we're out in the middle of the forest. How are you guys getting power? We go, oh, we're running off a generator. Oh, is it on yet? Yeah. And they don't even realize it's on. If you stop and really listen for it and it's quiet, you can hear it. So what we normally do is we'll put it behind a tree with the exhaust facing away, put it behind a rock, something like that. The other thing I want to recommend too, anytime these generators go out, we're in Northern California, high fire danger, because you're dealing with gasoline, things like that. We always keep fire extinguishers with these generators. So there's always a fire extinguisher that goes out with each generator. So that's pretty much all the specs on these Jennies. I see these questions all the time online, so I just wanted to kind of answer some of them for you. Hopefully this is helpful to you. If it is, leave a comment in the comments below, hit like, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.